Good morning, good morning. So, I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but it's been kind of crazy. I've been stuck in the airport 2 days. Well, I should say that. Yesterday I was stuck in the airport about 5 hours, and today I find out that my 8:30 flight leaves at 11:45. So it sucks. But I figured, let me make the most out of this. Now, in recent days, I must say that I've been really, really happy and excited because it's kind of wild to think that my life has taken a turn towards the right way in many ways. I've been into helping people as long as I remember, to be honest with you. And when people take my advice, I really feel responsible to make sure I give them good advice. Now, the advice is pretty diverse, because I've been known as a martial artist, but I've also known as a martial arts businessman. But I've also been known as a dancer and a comedian to some, a historian when it comes to a variety of subject matters. So, what I'm looking at doing is one show a day, and I have a few subject matters that I'm thinking about, but I want you guys to give me some feedback. So what I'm looking for is some advice. If I did a show, what would be a subject matter or a theme of a show that you would like to hear? Now, it could be something as interviews. I can do interviews. I can also do, let me backtrack. In 1994, I used to have a TV show on a public access station called the BronxNet. And BronxNet, I did 24 episodes, and at the time I used to bring people right to the school because I got tired of being on the set. And I interviewed people that weren't just martial artists, they were people who were martial arts enthusiasts or singers, dancers. So I had quite a few famous people on the shows, and I'm looking at getting some of those things back. But in the meantime, what I'm talking about is the world has gone crazy in many ways, and a lot of people just don't know what to do. So, on the subject matters of options of what to do during these crazy times, that's one of the shows. There's one that I'm going to call Ayatu. It's on you. What are you going to do? And then there's another show that I called Enter the B-Boy. Enter the B-Boy is about martial artists that are also part of the hip-hop culture, because there's so many people intertwined in it, people just don't realize. And I used to have my own show, the Jerry Fontaine show, so maybe I'll go on a variety of subject matters, that. And there's one that I'm calling Miso Soup for the Dojo. Yeah, very similar to Chicken Soup for the Soul, but these are stories of martial arts success. Successful schools, their trials and tribulations. And I'll stop with that for the time being, but the bottom line is that everybody has value, and your value should really be leveraged. And yes, I am going to be writing a few books, and some of this content will make it possible. I just finished training with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi, and it's about knowledge broker. There's a bunch of people out there right now that you have a lot of information. You know how to be a good mother, a grandmother, a son, a daughter. You know how to bake. Well, for example, my son Anthony was on the kids baking championship. Well, how did he do that? Well, he took some action. So I'm going to start taking my Facebook friends too and segmenting them. So not everybody has to hear about martial arts when you're not a martial artist, and not everybody has to hear about success when what you want to do is talk about dance or something that's more variety. But one thing that's guaranteed, I'm also into health, guys, and I don't mean fitness, I mean health. And people are really confused. So I do have a show called What's Up, Dr. J? What's up, Doc J? Which is my friend, Dr. Jonathan Poussin, who'll be able to answer quite a few questions on a variety of subject matters, because he is a MD, but he also was trained in China for 3 years. And he's also a nutritionalist. So why would someone like that wear 3 hats per se? Because he wants to help. And that's what I want to do too. I want to be able to help. So as I'm stuck here in Florida on my way trying to get back to New York again. The reason I say again, because like I said yesterday, they canceled my flight. And I could have took another flight, but I figured, yeah, why not? Let me hang out another day in Florida. I do have to go back because my daughter Gianna is actually going to college. She's going to start, um, going to a college to be a chemical engineer of all things. So again, subject matters and questions of a variety of different shows that I'm going to do. If you guys don't mind sharing your thoughts and ideas. Now, by the way, just so you know, I can't see if anybody's on here because the sun is blinding me. So I will make sure, I promise that I would respond to you. I know I always get some mad love and I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't care what subject matter it is because I can tell you right now, I know that I'm eccentric. I know that I can go on to all types of things. Against all odds. I love those against all odds stories, And I think a lot of martial artists just don't realize how valuable they are. And I don't think those of you who's able to survive and have a normal life even after being in the penal system, stuff like that. I know a lot of people that will fall under that category of high risk, starting with my dad. And they still functioning in society now, probably better than most. Then there's a bunch of people who I know have always wanted to start their own business and just never had a chance to do it. And today it's easier than ever because I get paid on a daily basis from 4 countries so far via the internet with nutrition. And why do I do that? Because I would do that for free. I've been doing it for free. As a matter of fact, this video is for free. But what kind of dreams did you put aside because somebody else said you were crazy, you was a dreamer? What are the things that you really honestly want to do and you say, oh, it's too late? It's not too late, guys. Jack LaLanne died at age 93. He was working out basically to the day he passed. And his wife, Elaine Lane, actually is still doing it. She's 94. So don't use age as an excuse. She had Freddie Lopez yesterday and I had a conversation. That guy is awesome. He's 30. I should say he's like in his 30s. But he's in his 60s and he's getting ready to relocate to Puerto Rico, open up a school there, or dojo there. And he still competes like a young man. I mean, he went as far as, I believe it was, I'm not sure what city it was in China. It was Beijing, I think. He even competed in a traditional tournament, international, in Beijing. And he was written up in a magazine called AARP, which, by the way, I just got my card. And AARP, if you look, you get a chance to become eligible for that. I believe it starts at age 50 now. It used to be 55. The point is that, guys, I feel young, I feel vibrant, and I'm not alone. There's a lot of people waiting for me to get back to New York. We have some videos to do when it comes to dancing, when it comes to martial arts, when it comes to stretching, when it comes to just about 5 different things. And one person, yes, can be involved in a variety of things, but it all comes down to just having a happy life. And a happy life is doing those things that you always wanted to do. I'm telling you guys, it's not too late. If you look at Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson's fighting against Roy Jones. I mean, would you believe something like that was happening? And these guys in their 50s, I believe they're both in their 50s, at least Tyson is, they look good and competing against each other. So it's almost like when we compete in martial arts tournaments in our age bracket. So please don't use age as an excuse. Now, you might have challenges when it comes to your weight. I can help you with that. You might have some challenges when it comes to your health. You might be in pain when you get up. You don't have to live like that, guys. I don't, and I used to. No question about it. I used to be living with pain, especially in my knee. And that's gone, thank God. Mike Mujero, who's going to be 50 years old, he's competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments worldwide. And this guy has a pin in his shoulder. He could only get his arm up so high, and now it's going all the way towards the ceiling. Again, when your body gets the nourishment it needs, it can perform. At the same time, someone like Simone Hopkins, who's just shy of 50 also, with 3 children, she wants to do better, leave a legacy behind for her children. And she actually just lost 35 pounds. And I love to say this, it was 2.5 stone. and she did that in 8 weeks. So again, sometimes you have to lose fat, gain muscle. Sometimes you have to literally go to, well, here's an example. Why didn't you start that business that you wanted to? Make an excuse today. Because the excuse is the reason. However, in spite of that, you can still do it. Very few people believed in me, guys. I'm telling you right now, very few people believed in me. And I remember coming back from Hawaii after winning Mr. Mastery at the Mastery course in 1992. And my family wanted to do an intervention. Like, he's crazy. What's wrong with him jumping out of planes? What's wrong with him walking on fire? What's wrong with him hanging out with multi-millionaires talking about how to change and help the world? And I was in 14 hours, 14-day seminars in 1992. And when I got back, I knew that the potential was incredible, but people could not see what I saw. And what I saw was a whole bunch of people in pain. How many of you right now would have loved to have done martial arts, but for some reason when you first got introduced to it, somebody got hurt, or you heard the horror stories of what would have been these dictators? Some of them were incredible martial artists, but they didn't know how to communicate. So again, today, if you're good at anything, other people want to get that knowledge. And I would love to help some of you guys expose your skill set in partnership as a broker, as a knowledge broker. If you know how to cook, doesn't matter that I don't eat meat, but what does matter is that you get your passion exposed and monetized. And it's a lot easier than what you guys think. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys hear me well, but what I'm using right now is a little microphone and headphones. And I got some backup ones there. And I'm just leveraging my time as I'm in the airport, while being in the airport. Then I can take this video and I can edit it and have some sound bites. And of course, you look at the little logo there, Fast Feet. That's the nickname my mother gave me. So the bottom line is that you, not me, you have dreams that you never, ever pursued. And it's not too late. If you need help, there's a bunch of people that can help you. Asking you shall receive. And I'm one of those people who would gladly help you. And I know some incredible people. Now, Michael Jai White and I had a conversation a few months ago, and it was interesting because according to many of you guys, I'm the hookup man. I'll hook you up. It's true. I know how to interconnect people, but I never did it consciously. I just did it because it's the right thing to do. Very similar to Al Pizarro, as I call him, El Padrino. He did the same thing in the entertainment industry. And there's nothing wrong. That you can't get mad at me if I help you do better with what you want to do. Because what I want you to do, or somebody else wants you to do, is none of our freaking business. But your business could be anything. As simple as how to make the best pasteles. How to cook. Dominicans know how to cook really well. Puerto Ricans cook really well, but Italians cook well too. But that doesn't mean that the Jews can't cook unless they're Middle Eastern food. So maybe I'll do a food show too. And I know it sounds funny, guys, but I eat. Matter of fact, in a few minutes I'm gonna have some snack, and let me show you my little snack. These are kale chips, and you always gotta have with you some water. Let's get that some water. And then in my bag, I have a meal replacement shake. So there's no excuses for me to eat something that's bad for me when I can actually bring my stuff. And this one is really silly, but I'm going to show it to you. Because even though normally I wouldn't have it because it's not plant-based, but props to Pamela Delgado. That's birthday cake. It's funny because people always say, how could you get nutrition out of a bag? Or how can you get nutrition out of a pig? It's just a matter of opinion of what nutrition is. Do you know the difference between vitamins and vitamins? Do you know what telomeres are? Do you know that the tips of the chromosome, or what protects the chromosomes from what protects the DNA of the chromosomes, what makes up the DNA of the chromosomes, and the chromosomes are cells, and those cells tips are telomeres, and telomeres that are long means that you live longer, and the telomeres are short, you live shorter. The center of a cell is called the mitochondria. That's where the energy is. So we all made up of cells, but most people have no idea what that is. That's why Dr. Sebi talking about cellular food, electronic cellular food. All food has pH. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I freaking read pretty well. Listen to those people who have become not just doctors, but more importantly, people who've been there, done that. And I know that sometimes I get offensive when I tell people things like the certificate that you got from that degree or the diploma is just a receipt that's on the wall, because you still got to pay for it. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying it to be honest. When you go to school, a lot of times you learn from people who never done that. How could the guy who never did business have a business degree? Because he read books on business. Who written by who? People who did not have expertise in that area. But we assume that they did. And what's crazy is that when you are not able to pay that off and you go bankrupt, well, it's non-forgivable. Did you know that? Did you know that your school loan is non-forgivable? And I would think that certain industries probably shouldn't even pay. A doctor with good intentions probably shouldn't even pay for school. If they're trying to save the world, why the heck not? Why should we charge them to learn how to save us? Well, some of the crazy ideas that I have, but I know one thing, that the best is yet to come, and those of you who are in the right state of mind and want to make some moves, then I'm the person to hook up with. I'm telling you right now, no hesitation. I've done against all odds. I've proven that I became a top fighter against all odds as a teenager. I became a top school owner while being a top fighter at the same time. I took a little thing that had a logo like this and actually made it into a clothing line. And yes, this is the street version of it. I want to have my fast feet forever. Do you want to have your fast feet forever? I'm not fast feet. I want to have fast feet. I'm hopefully soon one day be fast feet again. I was fat feet, FAT, for a while. And now I'm just hot man over here in the airport. So anyway, guys, hopefully I said things to stimulate you. That's always my intentions, just to share some information. And for those of you who think that I look younger, well, I thank you for that. Maybe you need glasses. No. Maybe you need the supplementation that I'm taking. And not just me. Grandmaster Joe Corley, Simone, we putting together an international bomb squad to help people worldwide, because health is wealth. And a lot of people just do not have that type of wealth. We're losing so many people. And it breaks my heart, because I've been trying to share with these same people, some of them that we know passed away. For years I've been trying to share with them that they got to take care of their health. And it's not just in words. Oh yeah, you got to eat healthy, but what does that mean? We overeat, guys. The reason we overeat is because of culture. Culture will kill you. So will keto. When you guys think that your body needs all that protein, man, that's some dangerous stuff. What it does to your organs is crazy. But investigate before you invest. Anyway, on that note, guys, I shall leave. And I want to see, hopefully this video made sense. And again, I can't see if anybody is posting anything, but I appreciate you guys watching and listening to. And if you want to contact me directly, do that through here. Do that through Facebook, PM me, or DM me through Instagram, which I will be doing some shows there. So every day I'll be doing a show, different subject matters, and quite a few of you guys won't see every show because I'm going to segment my Facebook friends list. So like that, those of you who are interested in hip-hop don't have to see it. Those who are interested in what would be health or wealth don't have to see it, etc. So yes, you can even take your list right here of your friends and segment it so like that you don't have to put them through the torture of watching something or listening to something that they just don't want. But I can tell you this, I haven't done shit yet. Did I say that? Yeah. I think about how many things I was supposed to do and I didn't do yet. And I say yet because I'm getting myself into that mental, physical, financial, spiritual, emotional shape to be able to leverage this time on earth. And I know you can do the same thing. We are all experts at something, and sharing that information means that other people benefit. And for whatever it's worth, you get good at what you teach. You get good at what you teach. Flexibility, something as simple as flexibility. You can earn money, which I'm gonna write my book. I'll do my videos on that.
Is 8:30
Okay,
a.m.
8:30 a.m. So I have another 3 hours to be here. Dr. Jonathan Poussin, hey, my buddy. So I'm not sure if he tagged me, if he wrote something here, but that's the gentleman that we're gonna do a show with to answer people's questions. He's not just a doctor, because just so you know, a medical doctor normally has between 2 and 4 hours of education on nutrition, because this is not their business. Their business is to prescribe and give medicine. Treat it, not heal people. However, everyone can get educated. Secret, learn from people who've done it and are still doing it. All right, guys. God bless. I'm out of here. Thank you very much. AB, see you at the top. Bye bye.